Well, here's a question. Was I wrong about manufactured homes? In a previous video, I mentioned that manufactured homes were possibly not a very good investment. So was I wrong in that statement? Well, watch this video to the end and you should come away with a better understanding of manufactured or modular homes, and you can decide for yourself if they're a good investment or a bad investment for your lifestyle and budget. Hi, this is Bruce from Homes and Life, here again to bring you more interesting and valuable information about homes and occasionally some thoughts on life. Thank you again to our growing list of subscribers and welcome to you new subscribers. Feel free to add your comments or thoughts on this topic below in the comments section. Have you ever heard of the term semantics? Roughly defined, it's the meaning or the interpretation of a word or sentence. You may have differing interpretations of a word. For example, if I asked you what you thought of when I say mobile home, some of you would automatically suggest it's a trailer. Well, truth is, it is literally a home unit that can be somewhat mobile. These days we don't even use the word anymore because of the connotations. In today's world, we're dealing mainly with manufactured homes or modular homes. Some locations will choose to call them one or the other, or they may make some slight difference between the two. There's also another model they call RTMs, or ready to move homes. You see the link above here and you'll see a video that I did a while back on RTMs. As a realtor, I've come across a number of these homes. When mobile homes first came on the scene in about the early 70s, they were not known for their great quality. They were made of quite flimsy construction, and probably their best feature was their low purchase price. Their life expectancy was fairly short, and thus they were usually a poor investment. Over time, however, and probably due to probably quite a number of unhappy buyers, the codes and standards for these homes have improved to the point where now a modular home or manufactured home is a well-built home, comparable to a house built on site. In some locations such as Alberta, Canada, and other areas as well, the standards are such that these modular homes are built to the same building codes as a house built on site. So, does this make them a good investment or a bad investment? The answer here is not always about the home, but often about the location. Years ago, there were trailer parks. That name gradually changed to be called mobile home parks. And now there can be a variety of names, including community living parks or estates. The bottom line here, though, is that you are placing your unit on a rented or leased site that you do not own. You have a monthly rental to pay for this privilege, which may or may not include some utilities, and you may even have some rental increases in the future. The anchoring systems in these communities also tend to be less permanent, and units may be relocated to other sites. It doesn't happen often, but the possibility is there. And in most locations, you get to pay a property tax as well. All you own is your unit, which is usually a depreciating asset going down in value, similar to a vehicle or a boat. In addition, because it is a chattel, which is defined as a movable article of personal property and not true real estate, the financial institutions will either not be interested in lending you the required funds for a purchase of one of these homes, or they will have a high interest rate for a loan to do so. Occasionally, you'll find this community is in a desirable location. So because of that, there may be some slight appreciation in value because of demand. But in the majority of situations, this is not the best financial investment as they go down in value. It can, however, be an investment in comfortable living, with minimal outside maintenance and a reasonable initial outlay of money. Now, what about putting a modular or manufactured unit on your own land? Well, here's where a modular manufactured home can make a lot of sense, especially if someone's needing a solid, comfortable dwelling at a reasonable price and in a short time frame. If the home is placed permanently on a concrete slab, a crawl space, or a basement on your property, the banks will usually regard this as regular real estate and will provide a conventional real estate mortgage. Of course, you need to discuss this with your bank or your mortgage broker as to what type of mortgage is best for you. Also, in doing your research, you may notice some differences between a conventional built house and a manufactured home. For example, you might notice that some units use vinyl paneling on interior walls and others use drywall. Both have benefits. Vinyl paneling is more forgiving when moving the home from the factory to the site, as there's usually some slight movement from transporting the unit. Vinyl is also easier to clean than drywall. Meanwhile, drywall, on the other hand, looks more like a conventional home, as it blends with the ceiling instead of having a piece of trim around all the edges. Drywall is easier to paint and has no obvious joints. So you need to keep in mind that most manufacturers will allow a fair bit of customization if doing a factory order, so adding drywall or some other changes are not usually a problem. Here's a few other points about modular manufactured homes. Controlled environment. They're built indoors in a controlled environment. This eliminates the weather challenges of an on-site house where the wood could get wet, or it could get too dry from the sun, possibly warp, or it could even get covered in snow and ice before the house is enclosed. Assembly line. Manufacturing in an assembly line situation creates less wastage, lowering costs again. It also lowers the labor costs. Henry Ford proved this. Security. Being built indoors allows tighter control and protection of materials, reducing or eliminating chances of theft of those materials and quantities of materials. By ordering larger quantities of building materials at a time, the costs are kept down again and are not as susceptible to the price fluctuations. In-house manufacturing. Some factories manufacture a number of components on site, for example, trusses, kitchen cabinets, again saving time. Inspections. Because of the strict standards for modular or manufactured homes, there are more inspections than a regular on-site house, ensuring that they meet or exceed standards for an on-site house. Appearance. Aesthetics on these homes have become more attractive in recent years with new architectural styles, new roof styles, and more floor plans, making these homes quite appealing. Longevity. Life expectancy of a modular or manufactured home is basically the same now as an on-site built home. And this is an important detail for the banks. Quicker move-in. While the home is actually being built at the plant, the foundation can also be under construction, shortening the actual time of the whole project. So, this brings us back to the question, was I wrong about manufactured or modular homes? Are they a good investment? Write your answer in the comments section below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, remember, life is an adventure, and I'll talk to you again soon.